car seat, she likes to be like, Nicole, you might be an alcoholic. And I'm like, no. No, I make it to work on time. I feel like alcoholics, they're just fucking shit up. And I'm doing good. I'm here on time, you know? And I like drinking because it's like a real adventure. I love going on adventures. I like getting into cars with strangers. It's fun. You never know what you're gonna get. I've made several friends get in cars with people we didn't know, and they're like, is this your friend? I'm like, no, yay! One time I met this man in a U-Haul, and I was like, hey, you want to take me around? And he was like, okay. So I get in the back of this U-Haul. There's no seats. There's no seat belts. There's nothing. I'm just like bouncing around, just like loving my life. And then I like call my roommate Jenny, and I'm like, Jenny, I got us a ride to the next bar. And she was like, cool. And then she was like, the fuck? But like Jenny also likes adventures. So the two of us are just bouncing around this U-Haul, going around Manhattan. It was great. And then I was like, ooh, I'm hungry. And he's like, let's go to Ray's Pizza. And I was like, okay. So I get a slice of pizza, and I'm like, oh, wait, I can't wait to eat this pizza. It's gonna be so good. So like I go to take the first bite, and I drop it, cheese side down, and I was like, no! This is the worst thing that's ever happened in my life! And Jenny's like, we'll get you another piece of pizza, and I was like, no, it's okay, I'll take one for the team. So I pick it up and just start eating it. Let me tell you, this is the crunchiest pizza I've ever had in my life. All of New York was in my mouth. And I made it to work on time the next day because I'm not an alcoholic. I went through a phase with my drinking where I like to get real drunk, but I also like to be clean. So I would like black out and be like, gotta get in the shower. So I would like just soaping it up, and I just feel so good. It feels great, you guys, to just be drunk, soaping your titties. And I knew my shower was over when I was out of the shower on my back, like just tumbling out. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess I'm done. Good call. And one of these times, I didn't fall out of the shower. I just fell in the shower. And I hit every single fixture going down. It was like, and then I like passed out, oops. And when I came to, I was in like this big pool of blood. Because if you put like a drop of blood in water, it looks like a lot. But I guess I passed out, but it was so much, and I was like, oh no, this is not good. This is not good, this is very bad, this is very, very bad. And then I was trying to like get the water down, and I couldn't, and I was like, I gotta get to work, I'll just leave it. And I went to work with like an open chin, and I was just like bleeding in the cab, and he's like, you okay? I'm like, just drive. And nurses worked on the floor above us, and they used our vending machines because they get hungry. And I asked them, I was like, do I need stitches? And the woman was like, no. And then years later, I asked a doctor friend, I was like, should I have gotten stitches? He was like, absolutely. So fuck that lady. But someone hates nurses back there. She's like, fuck her. So like there's a pool of like bloody water in my bathtub still while I'm at work. So I text my roommate Evan, I was like, Evan, I murdered somebody. And then he was like, what happened? What's going on? And I just didn't answer. It was very funny to me. It's still pretty funny to me. Okay, this story is an adventure on an airplane. So I was on a red eye from LA to New York, and I sit down, and I usually wear this necklace. It's a giant nameplate necklace that says Nicole. My best friend got it for me. The Brooklyn jeweler was like, are you sure you want it that big? And she's like, yeah, I have a very tacky friend. So she gets me this necklace. I'm sitting on the plane, the flight attendant, his name was Carlton, I love him. He goes, oh, you must be Nicole. And I was like, oh, my necklace. And he's like, yes, but also I know you from that show, The Girl Codes. And I was like, oh yeah, Girl Code, cool. And then he was like, I got you, because I was sitting in coach, don't tell nobody. But so I'm in coach, and then he like hooks me up with a drink. He's like, what do you want? And I was like, a vodka soda, please. And he was like, okay, I got you. And I was like, great. And so he brings 3 of those airplane bottles of vodka and a splash of soda, and I was like, game on. So, sorry, I have a little bit of a cough. I call it my athlete's cough because one time I played basketball, my body was like, stop. So I drink those 3 bottles of vodka and the splash of soda, and I was like, great. Comes back around, he's like, do you want another? And I was like, yeah, absolutely, let's do this. So he brings 3 more, no soda, and I was like, yeah, I like this. Drink those, he comes back around, he's like, do you want another? And I was like, I don't know, I say no. So I drink 9 of those airplane bottles of vodka. Yeah, you know, that's like a drink and a half per bottle on a 4.5-hour flight. I was so drunk. I was like, I know what I'll do. I'll watch Back to the Future. So I watched Back to the Future like I had never seen it before. I was like, DeLorean, that's a lady's name. It is. You go to the right hood, you go, hey, DeLorean. She'd be like, hey, girl. But the guy next to me was just like, shh. And I was like, you like Christopher Lloyd? And he was like, what is wrong with you? So I was like knee slapping. I really enjoyed my time watching that movie. I've literally seen it 100 times. But we land at JFK, and I stumble off the plane, say goodbye to my best friend Carlton. He was like, bye, girl. And I see Shake Shack is open. Do you guys know what Shake Shack is? Fucking delicious. So it's open at 7 a.m. So I say to nobody, Jesus loves his little baby. And then I like stumble up and I order my food, and the guy goes, oh, you must be Nicole, because he can read my necklace. And my response was, you know who I am because I'm famous. Which is something famous people don't have to say. So after I sufficiently terrorize this Shake Shack, I take my burger, I'm walking to leave JFK, and I was like, oh, I gotta pee. So I go to the bathroom, I start peeing. Let's get real, I'm taking a shit. Planes are tight, can't shit on a plane. So I'm taking a shit, and I smell my burger, and I'm like, ooh, it smells so good. So I start eating the burger while I'm taking a shit. And yes, and then I realized someone was really disgusted by that. They're like, ah! I guess we're not fucking tonight. So I realize what I'm doing, so I start crying. So now I'm crying, eating a burger, taking a shit. And I was like, I know, it made me feel better. I sing myself a song. So I start singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow while I'm crying, eating a burger, taking a shit. And then I look down and see a pair of feet. And instead of just like shutting it down, I knocked on the partition. I was like, excuse me, I'm not normally like this. And then the woman, being a normal human adult woman, said nothing. So then I like start hearing other sounds and realize there are dozens of women in this bathroom washing their hands, moving very slowly. They're like, I can't wait to see that monster, you know, behind that door. Oh yeah, girl, I'll definitely miss my flight to see what's behind that door. So I just said out loud to no one, I was like, hey, I'm okay. I think I'm pretty okay. Oh boy, let's tell another one, you guys. So I got very, very drunk, and I don't condone drunk driving. It's not cool, it's not fun, but I'm so hungry. So I drunk drove to Jack in the Box, and instead of just like pulling up to the thing you talk into, I went straight to the window, and I was like, excuse me, you give me all your French fries? And then the lady was like, I'll give you an order of French fries. I was like, nah, give me the loose ones. And she was like, no, I'm gonna put them in an order and give it to you. And I was like, you know best. And then she was like, stay here, don't drive to the next window. So I drove to the next window, and then she was running, and that was very funny to me. And she hands me my French fries, and I go, thank you for my babies. I called these french fries my babies. I then buckled them up in the passenger seat, swerve home, get to my garage, get out of my side, open the door to let my babies out, and they fall on the floor. And without skipping a beat, I was like, not my babies! And at that moment, I was like, is this rock bottom? No, it wasn't. You guys have been wonderful. I'm Nicole Byer.